Okay, I said last night I was going to do a video of my baby Think It Over and how I reborn her. I did not paint any of the Stalls vinyl. It's still the original vinyl that she had when she originally came from the company. The cloth body is really the only thing that's basically new on her. And what I'm going to do is flip her over. She is turned off right now. And I'm going to show you what I did to keep her electronics in here. If you look, I have installed a zipper. And that's her magnet for her diaper sensor right there. And it just flips over. Now what I've done is installed a zipper around here. I have kept her entire vinyl body, her head attached to it, because the vinyl body has all of her electronics in it, and removing the electronics could very well compromise the wiring in them and everything. And that's why most of your reborn baby Think It Overs work for a little while and then they don't, because the wires end up getting compromised because the body itself has been removed and replaced with cloth. What I did was actually just take a cloth dose-weight body and I put it over the vinyl body after detaching the arms and limbs from the vinyl body. And I basically put it on there kind of like how you put a phone cover or case over your phone. Same concept. And installed a zipper. Now what this is right here is your key sensor, so that when you turn her on and you have to give her care, she responds to a key action first. And you have to put the key on the sensor. So what I have done is essentially I have sewed a sensor onto the cloth body so that it automatically touches where this little area right here is. That is your key sensor spot right there. And so anytime now when you pick her up when she's crying, instead of having to hunt for that key spot, it's right there, and you just push that on her back and she automatically responds to you giving her care now. So you don't have to hunt for a key in the middle of the night to look, to give her care. What I'm going to do is show you how to program her. What I have here is the programmer, and these things are super expensive. I've never seen one go for cheaper than $200 at on eBay. So what I'm going to do is go into custom programs. I'm going to work her for one day, and I'm going to go with random pick because I like schedule number 15. Mainly because she does a lot of cooing with schedule 15, but she also requires a decent amount of care throughout the day, so she's not just laying around being quiet like some babies do. So now that that's what I've got, we have a delayed time. We're not going to do it. So that means that if she decides to cry when I turn her on, then she decides to cry. It is about 8 o'clock. And now it says contact point to baby. So what I'm going to do is this here. We're going to put it on her back in that key sensor. And then it says touch IDs to start simulation. So what you're going to do is take your key and you're going to tap it across her back until she beeps 3 times. That was 1, 2, 3. Now she's on. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, and I might have to set my camera down for a second to get it to zip, because it's a tight fit. Yeah, I'm going to have to set it down for a second. Because it's a tight fit on that zipper. Okay. And now that she's got herself on and everything like that, you zip her back up. And then you have to be very careful with her head. So I'm going to pick her up like this. And then lay her down so that her head does not fall back. And now she's turned on. Because if her head goes back, she's going to scream bloody murder like a real infant will. And as you can see, after you touch it to the back, it'll tell you to touch the IDs to start simulation. And then you just turn it off. And the way I like to test her, most people, including teachers who use these dolls, normally you'll just throw the head back to get it to cry to make sure it's on. Personally, I don't like to do that because I don't like to be, I don't like to have a mishandled classification on my dolls when I grade myself for taking care of her. So what I do is I put her pacifier in for a minute, and she'll usually cry or fuss like she doesn't want her pacifier in her mouth, and that's how I know she's on. I'm not exactly sure how long it'll take her to fuss about that pacifier. Sometimes it takes a few minutes, and sometimes it's pretty quick. But after you get her turned on, the next thing you really do is dress her up for the day, and then she's ready. But that's what she looks like, completely reborn and everything. And the coolest thing about how I have reborn her is that if somebody wanted to put her back together in her original condition, all you have to do is just take the legs and the arms off this cloth body and literally cut the cloth body off of this doll, and then put her arms and legs back on her vinyl body, and then she's back to her original form she was when she came from the factory. But she is a lot more lifelike this way. She's easier to cuddle like a real newborn. So it makes play with her a lot more fun because she's got a wide range of how she moves her arms and her legs. Now, instead of just up and down, she can go out and in. So, very much so like a newborn. And when you do pick her up, her legs kind of go limp like a new baby's does. So, it's very, very, very lifelike the way that I've got her made right now. But I just wanted to show you guys what all kind of work I have actually put into her. I had some trouble with the shoulders the other day. And what I ended up doing was I went on ahead and attached her arms to her shoulder joints. And then I pulled the shoulder joints as close together as I possibly could without attaching it to this piece. And I tacked them up. I tacked up some material to make those shoulders tighter in so that she wouldn't look like a little linebacker. And so far, that has worked out very, very nicely. I'd have to say the only downfall I see to having this doll right now is the fact that the diapers do not cover this joint right here, but the onesie does, so that makes it okay. Like I said, she's still very lifelike to play with, and she looks pretty lifelike even with her factory painting on. But that's how I did her, and it took me about a month to get her done and made up and everything like that. But she is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm adoring the way that she looks now. So that's basically how I did it. I was kind of hoping she would be crying by now, but she's not. So maybe she's probably on. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and throw her head back. Yep, she's on. And you see how she cries loud? I was hoping I wouldn't have to throw her head back, but she didn't want to respond to that pacifier. Now, she will not stop crying like this unless I physically pick her up and rock her. But I just wanted to show you guys how she works and everything. And I hope you guys enjoyed the making of this video.